I'm Esther.
I'm Rachel.
I am full of love.
Oh, that's nice.
Are you
That's
sure
good.
it's not wisteria?
No, I think it's sobriety.
Oh, well, the reason I'm asking is because my mom says, there's something in the air. Naomi says, what, love? And she says, no, I think it's wisteria.
Oh my God. Jeez, Brenda.
We're writing down a whole list of things.
What is that? What does she mean to say?
No, she meant to say that. That's the whole thing.
What does it
No
mean?
one, we don't know.
Oh.
There's so many things that we don't know that Brenda just opens her mouth and says. She said that one of our newscaster guys looks like a crypt keeper. And I said, what? And she was like, well, like a morgue undertaker, like a creepy one. And I was like,
oh, man. They're all creepy.
I thought you were talking about like from Tales of the Crypt. Hello, kitties.
I mean, I thought she was too. That's why I looked at her crazy. I don't know.
Was the Crypt Keeper supposed to be a woman or a gay man? Because Crypt Keeper was very sassy.
Or they are whatever they want to be.
Hi, gals and ghouls. And kitties.
That creeped me out so much as a kid.
Had little outfits.
I would watch it, but I was still afraid of it.
Oh man, mine was my favorite one was "Are You Scared of the Dark?"
Oh my God, I remember that one. That one was good.
That was a good one.
Goosebumps
is always good.
Oh, I was grown up at that point.
Did you ever see the Australian show Off Your Rocker?
No. I live it. What is like what? Is it
was
scary?
kind of like Goosebumps, but Australian.
Ooh.
So all the kids were drunk.
All right.
I'm just trying to picture this scary. Like for me, this ghost story is not translating with an Australian accent. I'm just giggling.
I would be less afraid if it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're like,
I don't know.
It's like, mate, I'm here to kill you.
Like what? You gotta do what?
Why?
But first, here's a bloomin' onion.
You think that's like seriously? Would they call you the like Outback Killer then at that point?
Yeah,
would that be the name?
Delicious bloomin' onion
Listen,
killer.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys have been
cholesterol.
talking about some food. We watched some food, and I'm hungry as hell.
Oh, you're always hungry.
I never
So you can follow us at _ENR on Twitter. Twitter if you want to. I don't get on it.
So please don't
Instagram.
follow us. There will be nothing to
and the
follow.
YouTube. There will be nothing because whatever.
Listen, we're
why
two
bother?
people we're two people and Esther does all the work. So there's that. Well, and three. Esther and Theon do all the work. So
and Andre.
And
Yeah.
Andre.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andre helps.
Well, whatever.
He
don't,
supervises.
Yeah.
That's the magic in this show.
Yes, you are. And it is a Theory Tuesday.
It's Theory Tuesday.
I love a Theory Tuesday.
We're going to talk about a soft cult. It's soft. It's quiet.
What?
It's
Cinematic.
not there
I
yet.
was like, I need to hear start a soft cult. I was like, they're nicer than the hard cults. Like
No.
I was like, what?
It's not as
cult
organized yet.
Okay, this sounds like what I hope to do. So please tell me tips and tricks on how to make this happen.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Just
cult.
a little listener, viewer discretion. We're going to talk about religion.
Maybe triggering.
It may be because some people don't like that.
And some people are
little
survivors
trash of it. Exactly.
Religion
Yeah, this is true.
extremism.
Religious cults.
And a little bit of the children's, unfortunately, as always.
Am I
with
going to
cults.
get angry?
Oh, maybe.
I am.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, damn it. All right. Well, mine is this week.
So we are going to talk about the Quiverfull, not cult yet, but more of a movement at this time.
Can I guess what this is right
Oh, yeah,
before?
go ahead. Oh, yes, I would love you to. So
when
Quiverfull.
I heard you say this earlier, and in my head, Quiver was like, Harry Potter. It's a cult of Harry Potter fan fiction writers that travel the countryside creating quivers.
Wait.
Because it's like massive orgies. No? Is this not the Quiverfull?
Wait,
No,
is
that actually
Quiver
First-
orgy? Wait,
No, quiver
what is a quiver?
what you put your arrows in.
Wait.
Yeah, but
Wait,
what is
that's
Rachel?
what a
You're
quiver
talking
is?
about
but I
Quidditch.
Quit it. Oh my God. I was like, I'm confused on how this
But I
relates
wasn't
to
even
religion.
thinking about that because I thought
and quivers. I was like, wait.
Well, I thought a quiver was a quill like holder, like for a fashion.
My God, I love this. This is adorable.
I guess if you had a bunch of
This
quills.
is adorbs. I love it.
Soft Harry Potter cult. You got to say it like this, Harry Potter. Like you have to say it. That's how it is.
I think a lot of people would join that actually.
Yeah. Okay, it's gonna get weird.
I think a lot of people
excited.
would. But yeah, like Beyonce said, quiver is like the thing you put on your back that holds all your arrows.
Well, that's cool. We're like fucking Robin Hood. Let's do it. What are we doing in this cult?
So Quiverfull is a conservative Christian sect that believes children/big families are blessings from God.
Okay, I'm in kind of so far.
And practice biblical patriarchy.
No, I'm out. I mean, you kind of lost me at religious piece just because I'm like, I don't want to shove down my throat and you live this. But then when you said the patriarchy, I was like, done, son.
Patriarchy. Biblical.
Here's a fun
patriarchy,
fact.
Not just regular, biblical.
I'll write my own then.
There are close to 40,000 Christian sects.
40,000.
How do you know this
And yet
shit?
they always complain, which is in this, they always complain that they're getting wiped out.
Yeah, it is the most popular religion
wiping
in the world.
themselves out by being douches. Like, who the hell is supposed to blame for that?
Yeah.
That's you, dumbasses. Take accountability. That's in the Bible somewhere. I don't know what one.
There's a Christianity for you, no matter what you believe
matter what,
or how
man.
you want to believe
This
it.
is
There's one for you.
Like,
It's out there.
Exactly. Like, I'll find you if I want it. Don't
It's-
come knocking for me.
Yeah, there
In
are
your suits.
several sizes.
There are several. Okay, so for this part, I want like Jesus pipes. I want organs behind me.
Okay.
I'm feeling very calm with
It's
this.
done.
I'm setting the
Good.
scene.
This is the Jesus first they base their religion on.
Okay.
Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord,
Okay.
and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
Well.
As arrows are in the hand of the mighty men,
Okay.
so are children of the youth.
Wait, aren't they the
Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them.
Yeah.
They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate.
Preach it.
Psalms 127, 3-5. King James Version.
Wait,
Praise Jesus,
the
man.
quiver is full of kids?
The quiver equates your womb.
Mm.
The
that
children. Well,
Clearly,
kind of
that
like,
part
yeah.
was too deep for me. I purposely didn't really enjoy Psalms. Just letting you know, it kind of was.
Rachel is more of the
metaphoric.
boring. Well, no, I'm not going to reread it. But
No.
if I read it boring and Catholic, she would know
I
what I'm
probably
talking
would.
about.
Like you went
I went
all
Baptist.
and I didn't know what to do with that. My
Yeah.
brain was not concentrating yet. No, I
Wait.
need you to.
I need it to be boring.
Listen,
What
I'll
all
do the Catholic priest.
But basically, yeah, so, the womb, your penis,
Whoa.
children's,
Wow.
your job, create them shits.
Oh, so it's a. I know what it is. Man, this is about, I'm about to say that off the air because we all know what I'm about to say, but okay.
So a lot of the peoples that follow this don't like to be called quiverfull. So that's why I'm saying it's not like a hardcore anything. Like it's not really pinned down.
So they're
It's a soft
in
cult.
denial.
They like to be called quiver-minded.
It seems like they
Quiver-minded.
kind of stopped wanting to be called Quiverfull when people started
Actually
learning about
learning
it.
about
It's like,
it,
no,
yeah.
no, it's not that. It's not.
No,
Don't
it's
call
not
us
us.
that. Don't
It's
call
not
us
us.
that.
And
No,
I
no, no.
think if you give it a full name, then yeah, you're like basically a fucking cult, right?
Well, I think they're also like strategic about this right now. When did they call themselves quiver-minded? Was it in the past 3-4 years?
Actually,
are you trying to draw people in from and trying to be more PC so you can stay under the radar? I see you, Quiverfull.
It is a new-ish movement, quote unquote, even newer than Scientology.
Ooh.
That's right. So, what they be about? Basically, no contraception because God opens and closes the womb.
Ooh.
So, you cannot be in control of this.
No.
Because God is, okay? So, if he gives you more kids, guess what? It's his will. Yeah. Enjoy it.
I mean,
love
I
it.
kind of subscribe to that thought, I guess, like, because I've got, I had 2 birth control babies, and I was like, well, shit. But I was like, I guess this is what's going down. Clearly somebody needs a home. I don't know why they chose me. So sorry.
No, the Lord wants you to shoot the club up. And if you catch a body, you catch a body.
Basically.
I think that's what happened.
Basically. So they follow biblical patriarchy. They believe God reveals himself as masculine. So God is penis. He is man. Okay? God is not female. He is not they. He is man's. So, and with that, because he created man in his image, the man is head of the household. He is the family leader, the provider, protector, and also in the churches, it's all men's. It's all penises. Women cannot hold.
I mean, so far, I'm not in disagreement. Keep going. I don't hate these people yet.
And he gets the big piece of chicken.
Tell me what I'm getting out of this.
Oh, I'm coming.
Okay, because if I'm doing a bunch of work,
let me tell you what the vaginas are doing.
Whatever they're told, if they know what's good for them.
Exactly, basically. Women were created as helpers to the husband.
No, never mind. I'm back out again.
So you are a bearer of children, keeper of the home.
No.
And only the home. No. You do not go outside. You do not work outside the home. You are home.
Like, I don't have to mow the lawn? I don't hate that.
That is the home, though. Your home includes your yard.
Yeah.
No. That could be why Nate and I have had many marital arguments.
You trimming them hedges. You getting them hedges.
Like, no, that's all him.
You getting the hedges.
Get them hedges.
Okay, so basically,
weeds.
You just are barefoot and pregnant is what it sounds like. But you got to clean the house.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And
what else are you doing? What else are you doing? All of them.
Barefoot and pregnant.
And
so
dinner
if I got
better be
them,
hot.
all of them. Kids better clean that house.
What's up? Dinner better be hot. And it better be good.
Well, I can heat up a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the microwave and serve it to you.
Okay. Ew, what? And the jelly. The jelly has to be cold. You can't heat. You can't. Okay, I'll take warm peanut butter, but you can't heat up the jelly.
Oh, or just toast the bread and then hit the peanut butter.
Yeah. And then the bread melts a little bit.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a loaf of bread on a plate.
I feel like that shit's going to catch fire.
And some jelly, and I'm going to put it in the microwave.
I feel like it would catch fire.
No, it makes this even more gross.
What?
Rachel uses grape jelly.
No,
right?
I hate grape jelly. Grape jelly is awful.
It's in your fridge.
Dude, that is my kids.
Oh my God, it's so gross.
No, I have good jelly. You got to ask for my secret stash if you want. You got to ask for jelly.
Damn, Theon's busting out your fridge right now.
You got grape jelly?
What the fuck? When are you going through my fridge with grape jelly?
I saw one of your kids go in the fridge and pull out grape jelly.
Well, that's because my kids are disgusting. Me too. I didn't even buy it. Nate bought that. I never allow grape jelly in the cart.
So speaking of the children's, they are under the father's command until out of the house and no longer receiving monies or protection.
All right.
If you're under my roof, you do what I say.
Yeah, but we all know that doesn't happen. I have 3 kids. So what do they do differently that keeps it the soft cult? Get to the abuse.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That it is.
Okay,
that's basically what it is.
Let me see if I'm part of it. How to exit it.
So, of course, with such extremes, you can't have your children's going to regular school.
No.
Right?
Well, no, because, man, I'm going to tell you, the first time Timmy opens his mouth, everybody going to be in trouble. Like every CPS is rolling up. Well, actually, it depends.
Well,
we all know it depends. But yeah, anyway.
But they believe that you have to, let me just say. So Christian education, of course.
Yeah.
Bible based only. So you're only Bible based only. So it's definitely only homeschooled.
Do they let the girls read?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you still get an education.
You got to learn how to read recipes.
I thought I just was born out of the womb knowing how to whip up shit in the kitchen.
You got to make those cookbooks.
Golly,
yeah, so
that's awful.
of course they're mainly homeschooled to shelter the kids because you don't want any outside influences corrupting your babies. And they also like and believe in sterilization reversals. So even though you got them tube tied, guess what? You can still believe. You can still join the Quiverfull Movement.
No, listen, if I get stolen, we know who did it. Because I had 3 kids with no problems for the most part. I could have pushed those things out in the field and kept working if I didn't believe in that. But I don't. But my whole point is like, if I'm stolen, check them out. They got me.
Tubal reversals, they actually have foundations set up that will help you with fundings, that will help you get in contact with a physician, that will help you reverse that shit.
Only if you basically sell your soul or your tube
exactly.
reversal to the man.
You sell
crazy.
your womb back to Jesus. But what if you're infertile? What if we could?
Dude, you get
what if
bounced
the eggs? Well, no. They believe. Well, first and foremost, it's God's choice, number one.
Word.
So if you can't have kids, you pray about that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll intervene, maybe he won't. But that's your job to pray about it.
What if? All right, I'll hold my question.
And they do not believe in infertility treatments because that is playing God. Because if he wants you to have a kid, he'll do it himself. So you cannot do the treatments. But adoption's a plus. Because once you bring a child into a family of God, it is saved.
Okay,
so you can adopt.
Terrible, like you
can adopt.
Okay,
because you are saving the wicked when you adopt.
My face hurt like when I tried to process that, and it it did. My face said.
So, and of course, they're very militant about a lot of things, because there's always a war on God because the devil is out there trying to get him. So you got to be soldiers of the Lord.
Okay.
And your children, you need to have children because God needs more soldiers because you're going to die.
Exhausting. Yeah. Sounds really.
So that's why you need to have all kids that God will give you because he needs soldiers.
So is there a quit time? Do they allow them to quit? So if I'm a breeder, basically, because that's what I am at this point. Because honestly, Nate and I probably would have had 18. We'd probably still be having kids if I didn't correct the problem. Anyway,
it's not a problem to them. You have to be open to having children.
So I guess there's no man, Sally, she's looking kind of old. Yeah, she's 50. We know she's about to hit the change. She gonna have 2 more before then. Is it like that?
Yeah, I think you go until the curtain
you go
calls.
until you
Oh, dude, their uteruses need to be studied by science.
Because under the patriarchy, your body is basically used for your husband.
Can he get another sister wife?
If he
to do that?
Actually, they didn't really talk about that, but
I'm going to say yes. It seems like they would. It just seems like they would.
That would be
divorce is kind is okay. So, but I haven't heard sister wives yet.
I'm just wondering if, because it sounds like a smaller community, if they're swapping, if someone doesn't. I mean, just being like, okay, so Martha can have kids and Gertrude can't. So,
but yeah, it seems like
maybe Mike's done with all the kids him and Martha have, and
then
just
like
swap them out.
The man's reproductive cycle is every single day.
Right.
So like he could, if he had 5 wives, he can get each one of those wives pregnant at the same time.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
God, gross.
It seems like they would be okay. It seems like they would support that.
Maybe.
It's like as many wives as you can support, get as many wives as you want.
I feel
and
like
then
for the wives, they need to define support before they become a wife. Because it could mean like, bitch, I gave you a shack.
Right.
And you got a window air conditioner. That's better than Sally.
I think you have to give them all equal
shit,
support.
Right.
So like if you get one thing for one wife, you have to get the equal thing for the other wife.
Right.
Dude, why would anyone want to take on all that? Like, all right, I need to know more.
That's what the sister
It's a
wives
business,
think.
like in like tribes and whatnot. It's a business. Like women are a family unit is a business. So like if you have multiple wives, those are multiple people in that business that are working. So you can have a wife having a baby here, but this wife is helping teach the kids how to read, and this wife's doing this other thing. It's like a whole little...
Well, I don't think they would like that, though, because they talk a lot against, like, babysitting and stuff like that.
Wow.
Babysitters. Like, you are... Because the woman is
Dude. No.
Because where's she going? She ain't going on no date
No,
night.
she has no friends. She's not taking a vacation.
Right.
No.
So, like, you
I
are
am
supposed
out.
to be in charge of your children.
I do this every day, and look at me. I'm, like, exhausted. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm not,
Understandable.
no. And I only have 3. These people have, like, 13.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So, although, like, and with this movement, they're made up of, like, different Christian denominations and things like that. But not so much variety in the race department.
Saw that coming. Ding, ding, ding.
Unless they're adopted, because they like to Madonna it and adopt.
Yeah.
God, I'm so sorry. Well, listen, if I find them, I'm going to ask the kids, are you safe?
Are you safe? Are you okay?
Are you safe? Are you okay?
Well,
If not,
yeah,
I will help you.
I'm gonna talk about like one of the kind of the founders, and she has a couple of adopted Black children, and they are definitely following the Quiverfull Movement with big families. So they are in it to win it. Unfortunately,
It's all you've ever known.
Hold on. Are they big, like multiracial families now? Because that's an interesting concept.
it's a really interesting. Yeah,
that.
I'm not sure.
We need to look into this more. Now I'm curious.
Because a lot of I was surprised. Well, I'll get to it.
Okay.
But so of course the U.S. is the biggest population of the Quiverfull Movement, along
Quivers.
second Great Britain, white,
Makes sense.
Australia, white, Canada, white,
It's like White Factory. Right
and
there.
New Zealand.
Very white.
So, other than UK, the other countries were not founded by whites. Are not white factory makers. So we are going to get into their fear of no more white babies. My God.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my God. The white babies population is dying. My God.
No.
So, Nancy Campbell, New Zealander.
She makes delicious soup.
Probably. I don't know. New Zealand born. Married Colin Campbell, of course, who is a pastor. They did missionary work in the Philippines, moved to Australia, came to America 1991. In this time, she starts Above Rubies magazine, now website, podcast, Facebook, Instagrams.
Oh, damn, shoot.
But the magazine started in 1977.
Oh, my God.
They have 10 kids. 6 they're biological, 4 adopted. Their oldest son owns Newsboys. I don't know how many Jesus peoples be listening, but my mom's like a crazy Jesus person, so I had to go to yeah. So I went to church, and Newsboys is a very popular Christian rock band. Saw them.
Oh my God, did you fangirl? Are you fangirling now?
No. I did. Well, I did see them, but I'm not.
She has like 2 CDs and a T-shirt.
Listen,
I saw them at Six Flags,
I'm not surprised.
but I was more happier about Six Flags and the rides because they did a concert there. Because there's an arena. Rachel's looking at me like I'm crazy. It was a Jesus trip. It was a Jesus trip.
Well, I feel like Six Flags shouldn't be taken over by one cult or another.
Look,
that's all.
I was there for the rides. That shit was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and then her other son manages them. So I thought that was cool. Maybe I did fangirl for a little bit.
I mean,
a little bit of my Jesus.
I just literally had no idea who that is.
Newsboys.
And to me, when I picture the Newsboys, I picture a bad garage band, and I'm sure that they were actually probably okay.
I'll let you listen to their popular song when we're finished, and I think you. Well, I don't know. Well, no, because you're Catholic. You grew up Catholic, so you wouldn't know.
No, we don't do anything
exactly.
Like Sister Act was a lie. Like there was no, it did not happen.
There's no good singing.
Now let's all join in another chorus of
Seriously.
Oh God, what is my head all about?
Listen, I'm going to church. I'll go to mass, and I'm going to record the choir because this is like God bless them, and I say this with love because they're up there and they're singing their hearts out.
I bet they are.
But some of them are doing the most and shouldn't be. Like nobody should. Like it's almost like the bad American Idol auditions, but put them all together at the same time. Like it's a crazy
every
shit.
Sunday.
Oh my God, it's insane. It's bad. But I will definitely share that.
I would love to see it.
Remix.
So remix. They have 52 grandkids. Currently 25 great grandkids.
Ooh.
The picture is aggressive. There's an ass of people in that picture.
Those Christmas gifts suck.
I'm thinking my family might have been Quiverfull for real. Like when my great grandma died, she had that many.
Well, I think
that was fashionable.
I think there's a difference between that because when she they
That
had farming and shit. Yeah, hell yeah. Like, you better have kids because guess what? Yeah, exactly. Because guess what? We're going to die if nobody can do shit. Yeah.
My mom's parents had 10 kids, and my dad's parents had 7 kids.
Yeah, it's like you need people to work.
I think the more kids you have, the more odds are that you're going to have that one that's like a degenerate asshole.
Oh, yeah,
you're
most
like,
definitely.
Man, I'm telling you. I think, honestly, anything over 2, don't do more than 2 guys.
Yeah,
because
3.
Yeah, one might be a degenerate
one
asshole.
too many.
One might be a degenerate asshole. I don't know. Take your chances.
Or if
That's
your first
true.
one's a Theon, stop there. You did it right the first time.
I think my mom could have stopped at 2. Yeah, she would have been fine with just Vicky and David. She had the perfect, a boy and a girl.
But we wouldn't have you.
Nah.
You are the degenerate asshole.
I am.
Oh my God, we found each other.
Esther was
That's
so
how it
bad as a
happens.
child. She was so
I wasn't
she was
alone.
evil. She was evil.
Esther,
Just think how
were
David
you
would have
like
turned
Vivica?
out. No, because
Hold on,
she
you
gets
said that
in
with
trouble.
A whole lot of judgment.
She gets in trouble
You
differently
were
now.
smarter than Vivica because you didn't get caught as much.
As much, exactly.
God.
I did get my ass whooped, but
Well, that's the problem. I need to just
I
stop whooping her ass.
I always had a buddy because me and David would get into shit together.
Yeah.
Just think how nice my older brother would have been if I wasn't. He would have been a completely different person.
Wow. Yes, I think you're right though.
The corruption. Okay, so above rubies, the tagline on her website: encouraging women in their high calling as wives, mothers, and homemakers.
This better have sequins and big blonde hair, sprayed hair on this website at some point.
Because who are you doing that for?
Disappointed.
She's redheaded.
You're not doing
red dyed because she's like 70. She's red dyed.
Oh, that looks like a carrot.
She's New Zealand.
Oh, I need to see
they're
this.
Not,
all right.
I mean, not saying they're not blonde, but like she has a different. She's a different vibe.
I know. Yeah, I can
tell. Nancy Campbell said, "Quote: They've been brainwashed." Quote about kids or millennials not having as many babies. Quote: They've been brainwashed that they've got to get out in their career and they can't stay at home looking after children. Sadly, there are many women who are cutting off the function of their wombs.
Okay. I'm going to say something kind of crazy.
Go for it.
There is some fact in that. But she's missing. No, it's a one-sided fact. So if you really do look at the pieces, millennials aren't having kids.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's not looking at any of the factors that are behind that. Like, can you afford to have children? Do you even have a space that you can have children in? If you're all living in boxes together because the rent has gone up.
Right.
Like, you cannot do this.
And then just speaking as a millennial that has no kids, I can't think of a non-selfish reason to have a child. And there's no reason for me to have a child.
I totally respect that. But I can also see from her background and her thinking perspective of why she might see it like that.
Right. I mean, yeah.
I mean, as a fact, millennials are having less children.
You're in this, but like you said,
because
with the other side, but they believe God will provide.
But also,
that's why he opens and closes. He will never give you more than you can't handle.
But also with millennials are the first generation to have less sexual partners than the previous generations. So millennials just aren't having sex.
No wonder why they're so uptight sometimes, and also why they can't think straight. Man, you gotta clear those cobwebs out, dog. Sometimes
nobody said nothing about not working it out on your own.
That's not the same.
Playing 1-on-1 in the gym.
I don't play 1-on-1. I like team sports. That's gonna be a great quote someday.
Yes. So there is a necessary fight.
What?
Quote unquote. Because I told you they're militant. It's like all about a war. There is a war. There is a war. You are a soldier. There is a war.
What are they battling for? Women? Are they dueling?
No, they're battling for Jesus Christ.
Well, I got really excited there for a second. I thought it was like a duel to compete for the woman.
Okay, so Homegirl said there is a necessary fight against the rise of non-Christian religions.
Ooh.
She fears low birth rates among Christians means other religions will outpopulate them.
What this bitch just said, and let me break it down for everyone real quick. What she said is, oh shit, we're part of the 10% of the white people that control our country, basically. So we need to go ahead and make sure we stay in population by creating this crazy soft cult to get people to have more white children, because God forbid we give equitable access to everything, and not even first off, God forbid we actually give equality, but equitable access.
Exactly.
The Christian guys is so
the whole
ridiculous
world might die.
because it's like Christianity is by far the largest religion in the world.
Exactly.
Number 2 is not even close.
Right?
And
why
then
are you trying to hunt down everything? You own 99% of it.
The
Chill
world
out,
is already
fuckers.
populated with more Christians than anything else.
Right.
And then number 2. They also believe in Jesus. Number 2.
I
Number
never
2 is
other
Islam.
religions. Yeah. Oh,
Number 2 is Islam, and Jesus is in the Quran more than Muhammad is.
Exactly.
Thank you for bringing up Islam.
What do they
Oh,
say
actually,
about
that's my
that?
next one. But hold on. Well, kind of. But she said, we pray for Muslim people that they will come to faith in Christ.
What?
One more.
Oh,
One more.
God,
One
Tammy
more.
Faye.
I have nothing against Islamic people.
But
I
they're
forgot to
Islamic.
put they live in Tennessee now that they came to USA.
So that's
So
what
this is the
accent
country
came
accent.
from. Yo.
That was good.
The thing is, it depends whether America wants to stay America or be an Islamic America. What do y'all want?
Well,
That's not
First of all, I want her to retract every word that has come out of her mouth recently. And then, like, what?
We're gonna be an Islamic America.
I love how white Christians, and I'm just going to say it, and I don't mean all white Christians, but like this
But
type of
basically, yes.
group loves to take pieces
Evangelical.
from the Bible and interpret them
Twist
as they
it.
want, but
Yes.
ignore other pieces because Jesus says, and well, the Bible says, I don't remember who says that, I think it's Jesus, thou shalt not judge. Like, what you doing? Oh, that's God, isn't it? That's one of the 10 Commandments. See? And look, that's why I'm not making the soft call. You guys, I went to Like, I'm a full-blown Catholic. Like, I got confirmed and everything. But after that, I bounced out of those youth leadership things. I wasn't doing that stuff. I was busy.
But
Busy being bad.
I agree that I would hope America stays a secular nation like it is, and there's a clear division between church and state.
I agree. I would hope that she shuts up.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would hope.
It's just
Big
like we are not a
dumbass.
Christian country. It's just the majority of the people who live here are Christian.
Like, the whole point was freedom of religion. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be a Christian to live here, bro.
Right. There's
Be
no
whatever.
Christian iconography
And stop
on any
pushing
of our money or anything like that. It says in God we trust. God is an ambiguous kind of a term. A God can mean the universe to some people. God could mean Allah because Allah is just God in Arabic. And Allah is God in Aramaic, the language that Jesus spoke. So when Jesus would pray to God, he would pray to Allah.
I'm sorry, Rachel.
I just did some whole like flexibility on Esther. All
I'm
quiet.
sorry, Theon. I'm
She
sorry,
was not
Theon.
ready for it.
I'm sorry, Theon. But you are right. I mean, it's just all about the closed-mindedness of it. Like, and that's the whole point of holding a cult, right?
Yeah.
Like and that's why you homeschool your kids, because then they don't know the truth.
You don't want them
And then
or
thinking.
the outside.
Can
Yeah, you
never
don't want them
find out
thinking.
that they're not normal. Like,
exactly.
right away, and they don't know how to
Exactly.
socialize, and they're just
Yeah.
doomed to this life.
Yes.
It seems like God needs a lot of help.
God needs a lot. Obviously,
Like,
he
a
needs
lot of
soldiers.
help.
Damn it, he needs
This is a
all
lot of
your
help.
white babies.
I don't
to
think
be
the devil's
soldiers.
working that hard. I don't think the devil's working that hard.
It's like, nah, I don't care.
It's like, hey, devil, we're doing all this killing. He was like, oh, you talking to me?
No, I wasn't. Those are
Cool.
just your deranged
He's like,
humans.
all right, I guess so.
So, going more hard on that, even though she says she's never said anything bad about Islamic people or any other thingy. So this is the latest women's email devotional.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Oh, God.
So, somehow, even some Christian parents don't mind that their children are taught that Islamic is a peaceful religion. While
Okay.
we watch Islamic terror on TV, many
What do you
children...
gotta turn on like that super special white channel that shows nothing but like all the random
Right.
events and everyone on it. It's like, what is wrong with
They're
you?
watching the Bible Network.
No. Snap.
Many children in state schools have been asked to draw posters of the 5 pillars of Islam and pictures of the Prophet Muhammad, which is illegal
you
and
totally
against
can't
their
do.
religion. You
Like,
fuck.
which would be a front to Islam. It seems like you would like that if they drew a picture of
And
Muhammad.
number one, also separation of religion and government. Like, this doesn't happen, and
I was
she
gonna say,
doesn't
my
back it
kids
up
have
at all.
never come
Exactly.
home with any of
She
that
doesn't
shit.
back it up as sing Islamic songs.
My kids have
where
sang
Islamic
songs.
Well, number one,
Well, she's in choir, right?
there are no Islamic songs. Like, you do not sing songs in Islam.
But my kids have sung songs in different languages and from countries.
Like,
and they sung religious songs, ironically. And no one freaked out.
Yeah.
Well, because we don't have a soft
because all those kids are homeschooled.
Probably can't sing anyway.
They don't seem to mind that their children are openly taught about alternative lifestyles and that transgenderism is a choice for them.
That's not necessarily true. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why they homeschool a lot, because you can't shelter your kids from these crazy things.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to read the rest of it because it is
incendiary,
disgusting. But then there's a Jesus prayer at the end of all this hate, because Jesus.
And God forbid we stop judging.
Nice and neat.
Then there's an affirmation for all the ladies out there.
What is the affirmation? Oh, gosh.
As a mother, I am on the guard against all deception and lies from the enemy. I say no to liberalism, socialism, progressivism. Wow, that's a word. And all plans to steal my children from their God-given destiny.
I
think she's got this all wrong.
That's your affirmation for the day.
I would argue that Christianity, if it's not there, it definitely straddles that line of socialism, because we're all equal.
I mean, Jesus gave people's fishes and the breads with no.
It'll be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. Do not store riches on earth.
Yeah, you're supposed to treat your neighbor as you would yourself, which means
yourself.
You would like give them help and care without like charging them an arm and a foot.
Say it loud for the people in the back, Esther. That's what's wrong with this world.
If there's a foreign person in your land, treat them like a son of that land.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but see, they like to pick and choose
which ones they like. Exactly, because that's
so
awful.
Yeah, there's nothing in the Bible about hedge funds and open market society. And
I'm sorry.
There is, but God came up and fucked it up.
Yeah, and like the Pharisees.
Oh no, they'll find something. Man. You can throw out any topic to these type of people, and they'll find something to support their crazy.
Well, remember Jesus went in
to the temple
and like all the people were gambling and shit, and he fucked the shit up,
So,
man. He went in there buck wild.
I don't remember that story, and I'm gonna tell. No, so
I remember that. I watched
it.
It was like a Jesus thingy because my mom's
fucking
super Christian. Probably.
Yeah,
I don't even remember.
Catholics, we don't teach.
So young teenage Jesus goes because he's all teen angsty. Goes to the temple and sees all these people like selling stuff and like using the temple as like pretty much like an open market, and he's like, what is this? And he starts flipping over tables.
Sucks.
It's like, no, you don't do this. But there's churches that have like Starbucks in them.
Next? Like he started praying, right, to show him how to use the temple. Like,
no. He blows up at everybody.
Sermon. Yeah.
And tells them how they're all pieces of shit.
Then he walks out and they put together their shit and had the best day on record. Is that what happened next?
And it was like they're all like, well, that was weird.
Oh my God, who's that motherfucker?
This black guy came in and just destroyed everything.
The swarthy bitch.
Yeah.
Man, you said swarthy. I like that.
No, he was black.
Yeah.
Don't be crazy.
I guess he was upset we didn't have enough cocoa butter.
Oh my God. His skin was looking a little dry.
He's out there.
In the desert. Sweating balls. Okay, so another one. Another steeple.
Another DJ Khaled.
Another power vagina. Even though you are supposed to be of the home. Another power vagina that goes outside the home.
She's talking too much. She needs to be raising a family.
Wait, what's happening? Someone
because because like the whole thing, the biblical patriarchy, where the women, where the female is supposed to be the head of the household, but just like Naomi, no, not Naomi, what's her name, Nancy Campbell, she like holds seminars and like a bunch of things. Like she is
so she's
not
so
only
she's
of
not,
the homemaking,
but she is of the like.
but she is
budget making. Too, she
needs to be tending to her man. That's what she needs to be doing.
Although, so supposedly they're not against women. But like the whole thing is like you shouldn't be working, right? You're supposed to be taking care of your kids in the home.
And not heard. That's the coming across.
But there's a lot of females that are spouting this and like preaching this or whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it preaching, but I mean they're women and they're holding seminars and church getaways and shit. I don't know, I forgot what they call them, and things like ministries and shit like that. But I mean, like, but your husband's supposed to be the head of the pastor, the church and stuff like that. But you're holding your own shit, but you know, making money off of it.
Shepherd, and that's the flock, and they got to get their flock to bring the money so they can remain the shepherd.
Can't get too many unsupervised women together. No.
Listen,
last time a woman was unsupervised, you know,
shit went
Eve
down.
ate that apple. You know?
I'm just telling you. Listen, every time I'm unsupervised, that happens.
Yeah. You eat an apple?
No.
Adam would have been like,
no.
"No,
gets crazy.
That's a talking snake. Don't talk to that snake."
Whatever. So Mary Pride, what someone called Queen of Homeschooling.
Oh snap!
Wait, is this a person?
Oh yeah.
Her name is Mary Pride.
Yes.
Well, I thought we were talking about like they celebrated their own month with the marriages.
Maybe they do.
Month?
Married Pride. Oh no, Mary space Pride. Born in New York, has her master's in computer system engineering. Married a dude named Bill.
Bill Pride.
Then they both converted to evangelicalism.
I don't know if you convert or if you're
I mean, well, if you're not, well, yeah, exactly.
If you were snatched up by a cult.
Yeah. She considered herself a feminist activist, quote unquote.
Oh my God, they saved her. They changed her and saved her.
They saved her from ungodly ways. She said, quote, "Feminism is a religion."
I pray to the altar every day.
End quote.
As you should.
As you should.
No, end quote.
The measure of all things is woman under feminism. So they push, and our feminism is the mother of careerism, which of course takes the reception of children out of a woman's life, because you're pushing careerism on them. You're telling them to get out the home, go work, make some money.
Esther, we can have a cult for real. Like, if they can get these young people and they're not that smart themselves, we can do this.
A lot of these women are like, well, okay, we'll get it out. We'll get it out. So in 1985, Theon was just a year old.
Just a year. It depends on like when.
Oh yeah, I forgot what. I didn't write the month. Whatever.
I was 4.
Because if it was in January,
doing things.
If it was in January, I was 30 days old.
So young. Okay. She wrote, "The way home, beyond feminism, back to reality."
That's what I was thinking.
Back to reality. That's honestly what was. Yeah, that was in my head every time I had to read this fucking title.
I couldn't help it. I know.
I was like, yeah.
However do you want it. God is gonna get it. That's the remix.
She said, quote, "It is an exposition of Titus." I almost said Titus. 2:3-5. End quote. And what that's about is it lays down the foundation of how to love your husband, how to love your children, homemaking, being kind and subject to your husband.
That's right.
And what happens if you do or don't?
tell me what happens if you don't, because I'm already about to blow this whole system up.
Basically, in the book, she said fathers are the CEO and mothers are the plant managers, which I believe there's like a bunch of
people
positions
in between. That's exactly what I was doing.
Because when I read that, I was like, wait, what?
You don't even get like, man, you ain't, man.
You're not even like C...
F-O?
F-O, thank you, or C-O-O, or like, god damn, they were
you
just fucking plant manager.
Executive director title. You're
no,
just
you
like,
are assistant manager.
You are barely
like,
making
like,
money.
You're like 16 rows below the top.
Manager. That's what you are.
You are 16 rows again behind like other penises that
Your
are
key
before
holder.
you.
Well, they do not advertise the job that this is one of those job switcheroos.
You are a key holder that only makes $12 an hour.
Right. You're a key
if
holder.
you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't have all the keys.
And you don't have all the keys.
If someone needs to get into an
you
office,
still need to ask
you're
for certain passwords and
It's
shit.
like, oh, fuck. I only got the front door and the back door.
And that's what she said.
You can't go into the broom closet? Nah, sorry.
Gross. You nasty. You
Nah,
nasty.
I'll go front door.
Good to know. I'm going in the back.
So along with the gross. My God. So she wrote a lot of like guidelines about homeschooling your children's.
Oh, tell me them because I'm
anti-feminism, not feminism.
Yeah, fuck
feminism.
Feed them babies. They'll have those babies with fucking flies and shit on their eyes.
Please
those
feed your
extended
baby.
bellies.
Feminism, excuse me, anti-feminism books, because she once, quote unquote, was a
Can we read one of these books and dissect it?
I bet she wasn't even a feminist activist.
I tried to read some of it.
I bet she just wore pants 4 days out of the week.
Anti-feminine like articles, and we'll dissect them.
Yeah, she also with that, because it's children that do homeschooling, so she is the one for all the children's thingies.
Wait, she's the one person homeschooling all
No. She wrote like guidelines.
Oh,
like,
she wrote the
she's
curriculum.
Like, yeah, and she with that first book, that was what a lot of people say the foundation or the framework for Quiverfull.
Ooh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Hold on,
because in that she talks about how women.
She wrote the book for the foundation for the
what a lot of people for the soft cult
patriarch cult.
Yeah.
Well, that's ironic. So hold on. She made all those men think it was their idea. Maybe she's the master genius.
She might still be a feminist activist working from the
what
inside.
If she is? What if she is? We need to write a script that she is. We'll flip it all around.
What a twist.
What a twist. Oh, okay. So she also wrote a book around the same time. In like 1985.
She sure is doing a lot of not cooking.
Exactly. and not birthing and not taking care of these
You
kids.
write books and you write paragraphs and outlines and
Like,
shit.
so it's okay for you, but all the other bitches underneath
Fucking
having to do it.
bibliography.
Like, what?
Well, she teaches. Well, she pushes more for entrepreneurship, but from the home.
Doing the most.
You can have your own business as long as you're home for your kids. You can have your own shit. Just be at home.
I just want to run away from my own home. I don't understand.
You gotta be there 25/8, bitch.
Dude,
Unless you're these hoes.
I am leaving. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be writing books and shit and touring.
I mean,
it's not a
Hungry
career.
Man,
It's for the
5 nights
kids.
out of the week because you're writing bibliographies and shit.
So this is a long one. The child abuse industry. Outrageous facts about child abuse and everyday rebellions against a system that threatens every North American family.
Why just North American? Like, what the
because
hell is...
Because I told you, it's not South American. I told
know.
you where they don't want the brown or black people.
Listen, hey, soft cults, if you really want to make an impact, you have to be more inclusive.
But see, that's the thing.
It
they want to create. Yeah,
it was never about Christianity at all.
Well, it's not.
No,
it's
about having white kids.
Having white kids.
Well,
Having
listen,
more
I'm
white
telling
babies.
you that their marketing is falling short.
And adopting other races, because then you're saving them into God's
what
grace.
a bunch of, what is that called? Like white holiness or some bullshit?
Yeah, basically. Sluts.
Ugh.
So just a couple of outlines, and this is where the child stuff comes in. So just a little warning.
Okay, all right, I'm ready.
Because of course, with a lot of cults, they believe in
child,
some abuse.
Yeah.
Money and weird sex shit. It always...
Money, yeah, it's coming to weird sex shit. I'll tell you about a couple of them motherfuckers. The major problem is that the public has been convinced that child abuse is a major problem. She said that in this book.
Well, how do you think she feels about getting punched in the fucking face? Would that be adult abuse? If it's okay if I punch her in the face when she's 9?
Because the Quiverfull Movement is very against child protective services and stuff, because they believe, of course, man, head of household, woman, of the household, like fucking non-paid manager of the household, basically. And any outside intrusion is not okay. So they hate like government, not a government assistance, because a lot of them are on it. But like child protective services, because you should be able to raise your kid how you want to.
No, it's because people who hate CPS are fucking up some shit at home.
Exactly.
Doing wrong.
You don't want you don't want people
any
around.
extra eyes on that.
Exactly.
Man, you guys had the worst marketing, like PR manager. Maybe you should have written a book or read a book about that, because your marketing campaign for this shit is awful.
They're pretty. It's aggressive.
It's
around.
But I'm telling you, like Esther, I feel that I could buy a better marketing campaign in 5 minutes than what they've come up with.
People eat this shit up.
Good, I'm going to start a cult. I wasn't kidding.
Never vote for a candidate whose campaign promises include doing more for children.
Oh, wow.
Keep the government out.
What in the fuck? This makes zero sense. See, you guys, these are a bunch of fucking wackadoos.
And they don't send their kids to public schools, so because they don't care.
Their kids will get like instantly pulled.
So it's like, don't do more for kids. Like, our kids are homeschooled. We don't give a fuck
and
either
like,
way.
You don't know.
Give them like Rhode Island or something. You know, there and just let it go.
You don't know how messed up your family is until you have like a sleepover at someone's house who doesn't have a messed up family, or like you don't know how poor you are. That was your experience,
wasn't it?
You don't know how poor you are until you like hang out with somebody that's like poorer than you or richer than you. You don't like, it's just normal for you.
Yeah.
But if like you see Johnny coming to school like every month, he has a new pair of shoes, or like you go over to Chris's house and Chris, they don't have food or heat in there. Like, you don't realize where you are in the equation until you see other people.
No, but
exactly.
Newsflash for those of you who haven't had that moment: the minute you do, that shit'll fuck you up for life. Or
it could change your life,
and that's why
it could change your life.
And that's
why
do whatever. They don't want the outside influences, because then why would you be in this movement? Why would you do that? Because a lot because
it's crazy. Like that's the only way they keep them. They keep
exactly.
I want to eat pizza for dinner. That sounds wonderful.
I'm actually going to eat some tonight.
So this is where we're getting aggressive.
Okay, all right, I'm ready.
If sex has nothing to do with having babies, you can have sex with anyone or anything, including children.
What? Here's the weird sex shit. That train is never late.
So now I have a new mission. It's a full-blown
cult now.
I am going to find all the Quiverfull, because I'm not calling you Quiverkind, because that was what you want. Fuck that shit. And then I'm going to take all your kids, and then I'm going to beat you all to death.
So check this out. If it's all God's will, what about pulling out? He'll make it happen.
Oh, they don't like sex that doesn't. You have to engage in sex that will produce kid, because you're supposed to be open. Like, there is no oral.
Oh, so
there's
they're
no anal.
only basically having sex when they're ovulating. Then, so no wonder why. You're right. They had to spread the seed around. And when you're just starting a cult, it's small.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. But like, the awful.
Yeah.
Like,
it's awful.
Still stealing and still beating and maiming.
Okay. Age segregation increasingly alienates children and adults. Children are the new N-word, but she says the N-word in her book.
She's doing a lot.
Okay, listen, Nancy.
This one's Mary Price.
Mary, you fucking crazy bitch. Let me catch you out on the fucking street.
I'll catch you outside. She's probably
catch me outside. Ho.
How about that?
I'm coming for you.
How about that?
You're my new arch nemesis, which, by the way, takes a lot to get there. Because I got a whole list.
Yeah, that was aggressive. When I read that, I was like, okay. We know the underlying thing is always racism, right? Because, where they are mostly popular is, of course, white countries, whitely dominated countries. And the whole fear is that white Christians are minorities somehow. Even though they're everywhere. It's
the largest religion in the world.
But you gotta do, brainwash them.
So, but yeah, just like talking a lot of, because they believe God will provide. So a lot of these families have like 12 to 20 kids, and they have nowhere. They don't really have the funds or the home because the wife isn't working. So it's all on the father.
No, she can't. She's busy being a blown-up uterus.
Exactly. So it's all on the dad. But I mean, most of these men don't have like the high-ranking jobs or anything like that. So they are literally living in poverty and just pushing out more and more kids.
Champagne dreams on a PBR budget.
Like I watched the
I
watched a documentary. This one couple bought a chicken coop, basically turned into a house off of a family friend because they had 10 fucking kids and
they're all living in a one-bedroom shack.
Nobody wanted to rent to that because how do you find a place to rent with
you
10
gotta lie. You gotta lie or you gotta stay in your community. So like I said, this is like this cult 101. You failed. Like you didn't buy enough property. You didn't have temporary housing. 101. Like your marketing campaign is whack as shit. Like fire that person. Like I don't know what your books are like.
They don't really have it because this is a soft cult. They're not organized yet. This is no.
Well, I just organized it in like 3 seconds. So like clearly you need someone with smart. Listen, how much are you paying?
This sounds like a bunch of insecure dudes that don't have the game to know how to keep their wives at home.
Like, I think that's what this boils down. The best looking one looks like the nerdy ass accountant, like Ned Flanders. Like what? That's the best looking.
He's like,
one
don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Just stay here.
He probably has like a weird high pitched Eric voice. Like I'm over it.
So I had a friend who, we actually worked with this guy. He bought a new house and rented his old house out. And he rented his old house out to a guy that I really believe was involved in this thing because he had tons of kids. I think he had like 7 or 8 kids at the time. And his wife didn't do anything but have kids. And he rented out the house to him. And this dude him and his kids just completely destroyed the house.
Oh, I believe
like he went over to check on it one time, and like he had like all the kids in like one room, and he said it was disgusting. Yeah. But I totally get that. It's like they probably don't take care of stuff.
No, and like how can they? Like there's all those so many kids
with one person. One person has to go to work and like try to support this family, and then you have this one person who all the older kids see that she can't stand up to the dad, so they probably don't fucking respect her, and she has to somehow wrangle all these sons of bitches.
Yeah, under the movement, the kids are supposed to be.
I mean, they're supposed to be.
But how do you tell little kids that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to. It's like...
Well, and they even watch TV, though. Like, that's the other thing. Like, what the hell? You can't even sit the kids down in front of the TV at some point. Yeah, that's bad parenting tips right here.
Yeah, a lot of the families definitely live on, like, farms because there's no way that you can feed... up to 12 kids, 20 kids.
Without killing your own cows? Like
exactly. So a lot of them do have like farms and stuff and are trying to be self-sustainable,
It's
but even
ramen
with that,
every night. Every night.
for real, like one pack each only, half a pack
I'm
each.
just gonna be like, listen, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth, and I love my kids, but I'm gonna be like, so I'm gonna go milk the cow, i.e. run to the store for milk. Like, that's what I mean. I'm not coming back. Come find me, motherfuckers, because I'm done. You just made me have 10 kids. My uterus is flapping out my vagina like a parachute kite. Like, this is
But see, that's where they're like not having them go to school is where they're missing out, because the kids would get breakfast and lunch. They would get breakfast and lunch, and they could have like friends and just go have dinner with your friends twice, 2 nights out of the week.
You just gave me a great idea. Breakfast is free at our schools. Can I go eat breakfast with my kids every day and get a free lunch?
You technically paid for it already.
Well, shit, how come I haven't done this before? Dude, I'm getting up and going to breakfast, man.
You paid for those French toast sticks.
Every day. I can't wait to eat some damn French toast sticks.
I haven't had that in forever.
I'm about
That's
to hook
nice.
some
I
up
like
right
that.
now.
But so there was a story that I read. So you're supposed to, so the man's the head of the household, what he says goes. So this lady goes to a convention, one of these Above Rubies conventions, and she has 12 kids. So she is a highlight because all the women are like, oh my gosh, you're so blessed, blah, 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 blah. But then she tells them that she had her tubes tied. They have 12 kids.
Yeah.
But guess
Extradited.
she was shunned for the rest of the thing. But what the issue is, her husband was like, yo, we can't have any more freaking kids. I'm about to go nuts.
She
crazy.
was probably making him take care of him. He was like, yo, no,
just
we can't do
providing
because
he's the only one working. So he was like, we cannot afford, and I cannot have, I cannot mentally have another kid. Like, this is too much. So he told her to go get her tubes tied. And so with the contradiction, your man is the head, and what he says goes. But also, in this ministry, you're supposed to, God is over the womb, so you're not supposed to do that.
That's
but
what we call
also
a quagmire.
Yeah, it's like she was in a thing, and she felt really hurt about that. But I mean,
listen, those bitches were just jealous. Recognize insecurity. They want to get their tubes tied too. They're on their 17th kid.
Right.
The uterus, like I said, it's like they can wear it as a raincoat when it's cold and rainy. You just whip it out from the bottom. And
why is it on her to get her tubes tied? I mean, just stop fucking. Well, number one. Or by the 12th kid, you ain't feeling none of that.
Well, first off,
no one's feeling any of that.
No. Well, he might be just doing the uterus.
It'd be like fucking a closet.
Exactly. No, along the Smithsonian closet. Whatever. But I was gonna say, when I had my tubes tied though, my husband had to sign the permission form. This was in 2010.
Exactly.
And then I had to prove that I had 2 failed pregnant or. No, not failed. What is it? Or they didn't work. The birth control didn't work. And one had to be hormonal, and then one had to be non-hormonal.
That's ridiculous.
And it is ridiculous.
It is. You shouldn't have to have a penis's approval of whether I want to have kids or not anymore.
I don't think I have to get that if I want a vasectomy, right?
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Let me have these kids, and you be the first mofos complaining because I need some fucking wick or something. Sit
exactly.
Your ass down.
But that's the issue. They want you to have the kid and nothing impending, but once you or impeding, but once you have the kid, it's all bets are off. It's all on you. Whether you have the money or not, God will provide. Thoughts and prayers.
Man, if God's providing all this, why do we have to build an army again? Can he just provide some guns for himself?
Well, but you need to have your womb open so he can provide the army.
Listen, you know what I'm going to do? Let's change the narrative. Let's just tell all these girls that guys can have babies too now. Just those dudes, and then we'll just create a whole new cult. And it doesn't work, but
it won't.
If men had to have babies, there'd be 2 people in this fucking cult.
Exactly. No,
in this world, period.
I was about to say, no way, dude.
It'd be lonely as hell here.
It would be bugging lonely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There is one lady that puts she was a child in a Quiverfull family, and I read a lot of stories that it just did not go great. There's a lot of children
that leave.
Yeah, and there's a lot of women that fall into this because they're in a time where they are very like just put down. They're very emotional. They're
abused.
They want something. They need something, and then they read Mary Pride's book, and they're like, yeah, okay, but like they need something, but they're in a Christian faith. So this book is all about you need to. This is about God. Like this is a devotion to God. Your womb needs to be open. Even if women had their tubes tied because of medical issues from having kids, like they would just go get a reversal and have kids to the detriment of their own health.
Wow.
And things like that. So one of the kids of a family said she is now healing from spiritual abuse.
Wow.
Which is true because it is all about in this thing.
She's a mastermind. Look at her.
I know. Oh, God, I was going to show you a picture of her. Like,
she's a fucking mastermind.
Yeah, she's crazy as fuck. She does not look great, though.
No, look, and here she's looking at two people at one time. Like,
oh, God.
She's looking at you and your dirty soul.
I mean, yeah.
So I'm just going to get into a quick thing, a couple of public figures. Of course, the Duggars was a really big one that came out recently. Because Homeboy was touching, and he got into the child pornography and touching the underage children's, even his sisters. And it came out they are part of the Quiverfull Movement. They are in that belief.
Family.
You probably do.
But yeah. Do they all wear jean skirts?
No,
what the hell is up with the people with the jean skirts?
Well, that depends
because
I'll talk to you about that.
Okay, yeah, I want to know because you watch the Bible channel and can explain it.
That's different.
Sorry, I couldn't help
it. The jean skirts and those fucking Asics sneakers.
My God, and those white socks.
Ooh.
Love that.
Is that like soft religious cult?
They are their own religious
wardrobe 101.
They are
starter pack.
That is a part because a lot with these evangelical things and like sheltering religions, they want you to meet people inside the religion and marry these people inside the religion. So a lot of those,
so the
ones with the jean skirts, I don't know if it's all around, but down here in Savannah, Georgia, they marry a lot. It's a lot of interracial marriage, though. Like they have a lot of beige. Yeah, they have a lot of beige babies. It's weird. Is it weird? I don't know. Is it weird that I say it's weird? But it's weird because like I went to one of those churches one time. It's crazy as fuck. Anyways, I was not ready for that experience. But
did you wear a jean skirt? Though?
Fuck no, bitch.
Okay,
I got no
jean skirt. It feels like a uniform sometimes.
It was. I did not own a jean skirt at that time.
Yet
I have in the past. I have a picture, but I was younger. But anyways,
was it a long jean skirt?
It was a skirt.
It was a skirt.
Oh, okay. That doesn't count. That was that what you were doing was like the devil stuff, like in that skirt.
Whatever. So there's this dude, Bill Gothard, former director of Institute in Basic Life Principles. He made a popular curriculum for homeschool education that was used by the Duggars family. And in this, there was advice that said sexual assault victims, they did this because they are temptress. It was victim blaming, basically.
Time with this fucking
it was
fist.
Victim blaming.
You can find out whether it's fist for fighting or not.
And he had ties to Sarah Palin.
Saw that one coming.
Mike Huckabee.
Yep.
And our own former governor, Sonny Perdue.
Duh. Makes sense to
me. He was ousted by 30 women.
He was probably outed too.
Outed by 30 women that brought up sexual assault cases against him.
And 2 pretty boys.
Oh, probably.
Listen, 30 women bring up a sexual assault case against you. why are we even fucking having a trial? There's 30 women here. Mm-hmm. Let's just let the 30 women in a room with him for 3 minutes. Like, that's it. All 30 can get up in that room and beat his ass.
That's pretty much a guilty verdict. Because have you ever had like 4 women agree on one thing?
Right. No. But you got 30 but we need to have
all
a
saying
trial.
the same thing.
But that curriculum is still passed around.
I bet it is.
Mm-hmm. It's
all good as long as like the ladies keep their mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
Doug Phillips, Vision Forum Ministry, Quiverfull affiliated ultra-conservative evangelical organization that helped Megapint produce anti-science, pro-biblical patriarchy, educational quote-unquote materials. This is how they're making their money. They're making like homeschool shit. So this is what you teach your kids.
And then
he had close ties to the Duggar family, of course, and Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, he's a crazy nut.
There was, of course, a whole case of inappropriate relationship with a woman, a long-term one. It was long-term. He was married. Also, a nanny he had a sexual relationship with. Although nannies go against the Quiverfull movement. Because what was your wife doing?
Exactly. Where's that? Why that bitch in the kitchen?
Why wasn't she there? So, are you ready to join?
Yeah. No, listen. I'm gonna join as a spy, and then I'm gonna fuck it all up. Like,
no,
I'm
but
gonna
that's how they get you. That's how they get you.
First of all, you get brainwashed.
Nobody got me. Like, I wish somebody would. I'm crazy as shit. You don't ever let the crazy person into your cult because there's only one crazy, and that's the leader. You let in another crazy, it's a duel.
There's a documentary about the infertility doctor. It's called Our Father. Dr. Klein.
Oh.
They were trying. There's no actual evidence that he was part of this, although he did have a lot of beliefs that run into this. But the only thing she brought up, it was like an email of a client of his or a close friend or something that's part of the Quiverfull movement. But he himself, there's no evidence of him himself saying or being a part of Quiverfull itself yet. But he has a lot of the same beliefs.
Spouted out some bullshit.
Most definitely.
Shit he shouldn't have said, about to catch up with him.
Hopefully. But yeah, so, and I mean, that's not hard to believe because he basically raped all those women and they have all his kids. Like, how many? It was like over 100 now.
It's in the hundreds,
yeah. And there's a lot of things like that, actually,
I would like a vigilante women's justice team. That's the cult I'm going to create. So please feel free to join if you feel like you've been wronged. And we're just going to seek vigilante legal justice.
You can have the A team, but for women, and call it the V team. Boom, 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 boom. S could be Mr. T.
Yeah. I don't hate this. Wait, can we rotate like being Mr. T? Can that be our uniform? Can Mr. T be our uniform?
Rotating Mr. T?
No, I just want us all to look like Mr. T.
Okay. What, just the muscles?
Yeah.
And the chains?
Yes. Girl,
that's going to be hard.
I'm not trying to do no blackface or anything.
Like you want the short shorts and the muscles, the wife beater type tank?
No, I want the whole look like a Mr. T.
Shorts and combat boots.
Because trust me, when dudes see us coming, they'll know instantly we're in that cult.
It's the V team.
And then they're like, oh shit. Like, I'm telling you, listen, I'm writing the narrative right now. Like, word is going to spread. It's the V team, exactly. Like what you said.
Fla.
Plus, we're going to be fly as shit.
So, just a soft cult because they don't want to come together, really. It's not a hardcore formation because they don't like to be called Quiverfull a lot. I just named 2 of the, like, top women, but there's, like, a ass of people behind it. Like, there's a bunch of couples. There's, like, some penises. Whatever. But the 2 main people I talked about. And then, of course, there's a lot of people that are being connected to this movement as they are having an ass of kids.
dude,
for no reason. Like, why are you what are you doing
God
this
bless
for?
the babies.
But unfortunately, it does like catch the attention of a lot of like vulnerable women.
Yeah.
But they're not like uneducated or anything like that. It's just that at the time they just need something, and unfortunately they get a hold of Mary Pride's crazy ass book.
It's a community.
And they find something in it and they latch onto it. And some people are able to take a step back, and some people unfortunately stay into crazy abusive 20 kids life because they just can't, they feel stuck, they can't get out.
Yep.
So religion, man.
This was interesting. I didn't know anything about the quivers.
I didn't either until Quiverfull until that documentary, because we watched the Our Father, and then a little sad that he wasn't actually there's no actual solid evidence that he's a part of that movement, but he definitely is. I mean, he has to be. Yeah, that's a good. It's a good documentary
one to watch.
And there's a lot of other stories about infertility clinics like that, unfortunately. Like, I just listened to another one. I won't get into that one, but yeah, it was crazy. He was using, he wasn't using his sperm, but he was trying, quote unquote, whatever, how he said it, to create the perfect black specimen.
What is happening over
Andre's
here?
dreaming.
Andre's dreaming.
Having an exorcism. It's a lot.
So I hope you guys enjoyed Theory Tuesday.
I always love Theory Tuesday. You always teach me something new.
Quiverfull Movement, the soft cult. I might put a like soft penis on it on my Instagram. Like, just soft. Actually, I can't do that, but it would be funny. I'm gonna put something related to it. It's just flaccid. All right, so we will talk to you guys next week. Web Chronicles. Bye.